Hi, this is Erin from Bossy Bee. Welcome to my channel. The plan for this video is to create a beautiful froggy jar using AR400, ARC liquid pigments, the Xtool F1 laser cutter and engraver, and a stunning image from Creative Fabrica. I would like to share a warning with you. If you're sensitive to flashing lights, please avoid the section of video from timestamp 10 minutes and 15 seconds to 10 minutes and 45 seconds, as I'm operating a laser engraver during that section. Firstly, I'd like to show you my inspiration for this video. So this is a jar that I made for the amazing Lupus Awareness collaboration, and I will link that down below because there's so much amazing information about lupus awareness that I've linked to in that, and I think it's really important to be aware of it. That's the mould that I used. So this is the mould I'm going to use today. So that's the inspiration for the shape. This platypus jar, and I will link the video where I made this, is my inspiration for colouring and also how I'm going to finish the jar. So this has been laser engraved on my Xtool F1 with a design that I've downloaded from Creative Fabrica. And so this is the type of colours that I'm really trying to achieve today. Now, I have decided I'm going to make 3 jars. I only need 1, but I do want to make 3 just so I've got a really good choice of which one would look best with the frog design that I've chosen. I've got a lovely little mix of colours here that are greens and blues from Just Resin's ARC liquid pigment range, and they will give me a really nice shade, couple of different shades of colours. I'm going to use my Astorio mixer to mix up the AR400 casting powder. And this is an amazing eco casting powder, which is also an acrylic resin, and it comes from Harry and Wilma. And I'm just showing you here that my strong preference now, if I'm mixing in a paper cup, is to use 2 paper cups, because I have stirred my way through the bottom of one before and created a huge dramatic mess, and I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. So the AR400 is measurable by weight, and it's a 3-to-1. And so I'm going to first of all weigh the existing jar there, find out how much that weighed, and then I know approximately how much I need to make up. So I can see that the weight of this jar is 280 grams, and so I know that I need to make up more than that as the water has evaporated out. So I'm going to make this mixture up with 80 grams of water and 240 grams of the powder, and I'm adding the water in first, and then I'm going to add the powder in and just stir it up. And as I was starting to make these just after having my hand surgery with quite a rigid cast on, I did get the mixture a little bit stirred with the Astorio resin mixer, and I'm also using a large paddle pop stick as well. So I'm just going to add in a few different blends of colours, and I'm going for a marbled effect. I'm looking for greens, blues, just sort of that mixture. As I mentioned, similar to my platypus jar, but because the eco casting powders, they do change their colour as they're curing. So you just have to keep that in mind when you're working with them. Okay, this is about an hour later, And our first jar is ready for demolding, and it is looking very pretty. I'm very happy. I do have to pass it on to a helper to get the demolding done. And here we go. I think this blend of colours is so pretty. My first thought though is that it could be a little bit pale for the engraving that I'm thinking of doing. So looking at that, thinking about what I could do to adjust the colours for the next one. Now you'll notice that with this one I do add more of the green and a bit darker as well. So once again going for that marbled look, but with more of the green and a more intense colour overall. And after mixing that up, I pour it into the mould and give it a little jiggle and a wiggle. Make sure that we don't have any air bubbles trapped. And yeah, it's looking very pretty. And again, about an hour later, we are ready to demold. And as I'm watching myself struggle, I have to acknowledge the fact that I can be a very, very stubborn person. And I want to try and do it all by myself, but I did need help. Now, this one is so pretty, and I particularly love the paler colour around the neck of the jar. That's another win for me. I'm really happy now. I've got two beautiful jars, and now we're going to make the third. Now, this one I have used exactly the same amount of the acrylic resin eco casting powder, and you'll see that I'm going in with more blue colours this time, but then right at the end I start adding in some of that darker green. I really do want to make this one the most intense colours if I can, and I probably stir this one a little bit more than I have done the others as well. So again, after an hour, it is time to demold, and then I will have my 3 options. And once again, struggle, 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 then hand it off. Should have just handed it off to start off with. Admiring my work. And now here we've got our third jar. Now, interestingly, the deep colours that I thought I was achieving just did not come through. So I'm left with a lighter option, a more blue option, and a green option. And I'm going to choose the middle one to do our engraving on. So I've set this up, so I'm using the Chuck rotary attachment. I've put in the measurement for my jar, and this is the image that I'm going with, and I've spaced it out. I worked out mathematically how big the gaps between need to be. And if we come over here, I'm going to click on my settings, which are 100% power, this is with the blue light, 50% speed, 1 pass, 100 lines per centimetre, and bi-directional engraving mode. And yeah, I've got those highlighted. I'll deselect them, and then we'll come over here and I'll talk you through what we've got. So this is the rotary RA2 rotary tool attachment for the laser engraver. It has these 3 silver prongs which go inside your circular object, and then it's got a little end piece, and I've popped the leveling tool on top just to make sure that I'm working with a level surface, and this plugs in to the Xtool F1. And so the idea is if I come over here and if I press framing, then what that is going to do, I'll take that off, is that is going to send a signal, and that blue flashing line is telling me exactly where the top and bottom of the design are going to be. Okay. So after putting down the screen and putting some safety glasses on, I'm able to do the laser engraving, and it's looking pretty good so far. So I just loosen that end piece and then take it off the rotary tool, and then you can see that it has all gone to plan. We have a beautiful frog design all around the outside of the jar. So it is now time to finish this jar off, and I'm going to use the beautiful sealer wax from Buan Nicole, and I'm going to apply this with the sponge that comes in the little kit, and you'll see as soon as I touch the surface of the AR400, it just enhances that colour and just makes it so satiny, smooth and rich and beautiful. So I'm just making sure that I get into all of the engraved areas, as the engraving process has removed layers of material. And I'm also going to do the inside. This was a little bit awkward because I had no grip on the jar. But anyway, we got there in the end, because this jar could now be used as a vase, as a little makeup brush container, as something on your vanity, just a myriad of potential uses. So once it's fully sealed, it is then waterproof. It's a food safe wax as well, and it just gives it that beautiful appearance. After finishing with the waxing, I let it sit for a few minutes, and now I'm just buffing the wax off with the soft cloth that again comes with that kit, and it just is looking so beautiful. Very, very happy with this, and I'm loving all of those gorgeous greens and blues that have mixed together. I think we chose the right jar, and it just looks like a gorgeous sort of swirling river, and there's not one single bubble in the rim or anything. It is really beautiful. If you love frogs, you are going to love the playlist that I've linked for you in the description box below. Froggy Friday is this incredible international collaboration of amazing crafters who celebrate frogs on a Friday. I don't know where you could go wrong with that. It's just perfect. So please check that playlist out and support all the other wonderful creators who regularly contribute to Froggy Friday. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.